Means we're live, a casual take with your boy Stephen Pepper. Here to give a take off my chest. You smell that? Wait, you don't? Is your nose still messed up from COVID? How do you not smell it? We are 30 hours away from game one kickoff of the regular season in the NFL. So I thought, just like I did last year, I'm going to come on here and give you guys my NFL division and wild card predictions for this year. I think I did pretty good last year. I'm not the best standings predictor in the world, but I always get some right that people don't. So here we go. My NFL division and wild card predictions for this season. Let's start my predictions in the AFC. In the North, man, this is the toughest division in football, but I think the Ravens win it again. I still think that defense is elite. And with Lamar coming off an MVP season, the man just wins 75% of his games. So give me the Ravens. In the East, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm taking the New York Jets to win this division. Yes, the Jets. I think I think they're the most complete team in that division. They have the best defense in the league. And you know, when you give Aaron Rodgers an elite defense, doesn't lose much. Now to my Colts division in the South. As a Colts fan, it hurts me to say this, but I just love the trajectory CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans were on last season. And with the great offseason that they had, I just see them being even better in 2024. And out West, do I have to tell you why I think the Chiefs are going to win it? No? Thank you. I can move on. To the wild card. Starting first with the Bengals. The Bengals can win this division, but the vibes are just kind of a bit off with this team. Joe Burrow's coming off an injury. I don't like this defense. And is Jamar Chase going to miss games? The vibes are just off. Listen, I was at the Bengals trading camp for most of the summer for my internship, and the vibes just kind of felt off. Again, this team could go to the Super Bowl, but they might lose the first couple games of the season just with bad vibe, with Burrow coming off an injury, Chase skipping games, and especially that run defense I don't really like. I know people expect this team to take a step back, but I still think the Bills make the playoffs because as long as Josh Allen's healthy, how can they not make the playoffs? And in the final wild card spot, this was tough because the AFC is just so stacked with playoff teams, but I decided to put Jacksonville there because last two seasons, Trevor Lawrence has been healthy, made the playoffs, and then 8-3, number one seed in the AFC before he went down. As long as he's healthy, that man wins games. Now to my NFC predictions. Starting in the North, I've been convinced by the Cheeseheads. I'm going to give the edge to the Packers. I think they're the Texans of the NFC. I just love the trajectory that Love and this team was on at the end of last season, and I think they are just going to keep building on it to this year. In the East, feels like everyone outside of Philadelphia just hates the Eagles, but this is a top three roster in football. Listen, I get that they had a disastrous end of last season, but back-to-back years now, they're starting 10-1. This roster's too good to not make the playoffs, and I think they win the division. Down south, you guys know I love the Falcons. They finally got a real QB. I think Reem Morris comes in there with the new pieces and makes this elite defense. I think they run away with this division because this sucks. Panthers twice a year. And then out west, guys, Trent's gone. Trent's back. Ayuk's back. Let's stop overreacting to the 49ers. This is the best roster in the league, okay? Let's just stop. I don't care what you think about Brock Purdy. This is the best roster in football. They're going to win a lot of games. In my wild card, I got the Lions. I think the Lions could easily be the one seed in the NFC. They have a clear path there. My issue with them is I kind of feel like last year we saw their ceiling, and I think their defense isn't that good. Second team in the wild card, I got the Cowboys. I see some people thinking this team's going to miss the playoffs. I can't get behind that. Dak, CD, Micah, McCarthy, that core has went 12-5 for 3 straight seasons. They're going to win enough games to make the playoffs. And finally, I feel like every year there's a fun team that kind of comes out of nowhere. Now, this team isn't going to really come out of nowhere because they're so hyped. But give me Caleb Williams, my guy in the Chicago Bears, to make the playoffs and round out the wild card in the NFC. So my early AFC favorite, by the way, I got the Chiefs. I feel like you can't pick anyone but the Chiefs. I've been saying for the last year and a half, they're like the Patriots. They're at the point of the Patriots dynasty where you just got to keep penciling them in to at least represent the AFC. And my early favorite out the NFC, I keep getting convinced. I like the Packers. Again, I just love how they ended last season. They almost beat San Francisco in San Francisco, and I think they just get better. I think Jordan Love is ready to lead a team to a Super Bowl. Many quarterbacks in my lifetime, by the way, year 2 of their starting, Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, have made a Super Bowl. So it's not a tough task. He sat for 3 years. It's not like I'm asking a rookie quarterback to go to a Super Bowl. I think Jordan Love is poised to go on to a Super Bowl. Packers, Chiefs, Super Bowl. Of course, I'm going to take the Chiefs. How do you guys like that? But this was tough, man. I never claimed to be, the best predictor in the world. I make some good predictions now and then, but when it comes to standings in the NFL, you can never take into account injuries, a team just regressing, schedule just being harder than it actually is. I left off some good teams: Dolphins, Browns, Steelers, my Colts, the Rams. This is going to be a fun NFL season where there's going to be playoff teams, unless a lot of injuries happen like last year, 500 or maybe a little bit better or a little below, that just don't make the cut because there's too many teams. But again, my AFC, I got the Ravens, Texans, Jets, Chiefs. In the wild card, I got Bengals, Bills, and Jags, with the Chiefs coming out of the AFC. And the NFC, I got the Falcons, Packers, Eagles, 49ers to win their divisions. The wild cards, I got Lions, Cowboys, Bears following that. And early coming out of the NFC, I got the Packers. But I appreciate you guys listening to my divisional and wild card picks. Tune in tomorrow. I'm going to do my award predictions. And until then, see ya.